Barcelona's honeymoon phase of the season is officially over after experiencing their first poor run of form under Hansi Flick. In their last 6 league matches, the Blaugrana have managed just 1 win and suffered 3 damaging losses, 2 of which were at home. Back in October, Lamine Yamal confidently stated that he and his teammates believed they were the best team in the world. After a stunning 4-0 demolition of arch-rivals Real Madrid, just days after dismantling Bayern Munich 4-1, it was easy to see why. However, while Barca can be unstoppable on their day, they've also looked worryingly capable of losing to anyone, evidenced by their recent struggles against La Liga's lesser sides. So, what's been behind Barcelona's recent struggles? Barca's attack was unstoppable at the start of the season, racking up 40 goals in their first 12 matches for an impressive average of 3.3 goals per game. However, that momentum has drastically slowed. It's troubling for Barca that their once comfortable points lead over Atletico and especially Real Madrid has vanished. There's a growing concern about his side's over-reliance on Lamine Yamal. Barca haven't won a league match this season without Yamal starting, with the winger out of action for a few games due to rotation or injury. He is quite clearly a generational talent, as he proved at the Euros. But being just 17 means his playing time needs to be carefully managed at this young age. Yamal returned from 2 games on the sideline in the second half against Las Palmas, but understandably, he was rusty and struggled with his passing accuracy. But even more concerning was that this lack of sharpness was evident throughout the entire team. On the flanks, Barca has backup wingers like Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, and Pablo Torre, but there's a noticeable drop in quality compared to Yamal. Moreover, all of them prefer to play on the left and cut in, leaving a significant gap in viable options on the right. Rafinha, who filled in on the right against Las Palmas in Yamal's absence, scored from that position but didn't offer the same threat as he does when playing on the left. Along with leading the league in assists with 10, Yamal is also Barca's most dangerous dribbler by some distance. Without him on the pitch, the team simply lacks the same attacking spark. While he is out injured again until January, the silver lining is that the return of Gavi, Frankie de Jong, and Dani Olmo should help bolster the attack. However, Flick acknowledged that his team lacks the intensity and cohesion they once had, and instead of supposedly improving with the return of key players, Barca actually appear increasingly disjointed. And while their grueling schedule hasn't helped, particularly given the intensity of their game plan, their recent struggles seem more mental than physical. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, subscribe so that you don't miss out on our future videos. We all know this Barca team has the ability to play beautiful football, but what we don't know is whether they have the mental strength to handle successive defeats. Remember when everything seemed to be going perfectly for them? That incredible week in late October when they asserted themselves as the team to beat in Europe by thrashing both Bayern Munich and Real Madrid? Barca were performing at a whole other level than last season under Xavi, effectively catching out opponents with their offside trap and embracing a fast-paced style of play. However, since those impressive wins, the momentum and belief have faded, as if they have been experiencing a hangover. They struggled against Real Sociedad's high press and registered 0 shots on target. They then blew a 2-0 lead against Celta Vigo in the dying minutes, looked unprepared against Las Palmas' aggressive press, and were out of ideas in breaking down Leganes' resilient defense, succumbing to their first ever loss to the Madrid-based side. Even during some of their recent wins against Espanyol and Red Star Belgrade, they've shown lapses in concentration. When things are going well, it's easy to feel confident, but now that challenges have arisen, we'll see if Barca truly believe they are still the best team in the world. Flick's side play a risky game. Their incredibly high line puts opponents under serious pressure, but it also exposes them to well-timed counterattacks due to the vast space left behind their back line. But for Flick, it's a classic case of high risk, high reward, and the El Clasico exemplified this. Carlo Ancelotti had acknowledged before the match that Barca's high line was an issue he needed to address. He claimed to have a plan, but whatever it was, it clearly didn't work as Madrid struggled to cope with Flick's forwards. However, while their win was fully deserved, the final scoreline certainly flattered the visitors as Madrid created plenty of chances themselves, with their expected goals at 1.48 compared to Barca's 2.58, and it would have been a very different game had Mbappe been capable of timing a run. Flick's signature offside trap worked wonders early in the season, with Barca conceding only 10 goals in their first 11 matches, at an average of 0.91 goals per game. However, opponents have recently found ways to exploit this setup, resulting in Barca conceding 9 goals in their last 6 matches, at an average of 1.5 goals per game and picking up just 5 points out of a possible 18. Flick defended his defenders, attributing the issues to a lack of pressure up front. Additionally, the absence of Marc Casado, who has effectively filled the void left by Sergio Busquets with his assured performances, has coincided with defensive lapses in the team, which, in his absence, has conceded 4 goals in a little over 90 minutes. His late red card against Celta at 2-0 sparked a collapse, and his suspension against Las Palmas left the team lacking cohesion and defensive intensity. The loss to Leganes marked Barca's second consecutive home defeat. With Flick's tactics under scrutiny and the team faltering in crucial moments, the Catalans must regroup quickly to avoid falling behind in what's shaping up to be one of the most competitive title races in recent years.